Hey guys, welcome back to episode 69 of PG Minington's Let's Play. In this episode, basically what we are going to be working on the entire time is actually, hopefully, not pressing whatever button I just pressed, and we are actually going to be saving screenshots, apparently. So, no, not really. But this episode, what we really plan on doing is getting a bunch of stuff done on the awesome Enderman farm that we plan on making. So, as you can see, I have my... Let's see, Swiftwolf's Rendingale out, and we are going to be flying around, and I would recommend that you do have a Swiftwolf's Rendingale because you'd actually have to use, like, some water or something, scaffolding. I have no idea what you'd use, but it'd be kind of hard to do this unless you had such a ring as I do, so that is highly recommended. I believe we're actually going to need some redstone as well as some redstone repeaters, so I think I have maybe some repeaters on me. If not, I believe maybe I have them on the, ooh, we actually have some of these pressure plates, that's good. I should use stone ones, but I think I might use wood, I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, we do need some repeaters. I hope I've taught them to this transmutation tablet, I'm not exactly sure. I'm just gonna have to find some redstone real quick, so let's go ahead and unlock this guy. So there we go. And then we can pull out maybe some... You know what? I'm just going to have to... You know what? I think I might actually have some... That's how I lose my Klein stars, right there. I'm going to have to find some of our glowstone or something like that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back home, which will not be very fun, but I suppose I might have to. Yeah, so I'll be back once I get some redstone, and I will see you guys in a sec. Hey guys, we are back, and I actually just went ahead and stole the extractor that we did have sitting there. I did figure that we needed quite a large amount of rubber, and so I did actually steal that because we are actually producing copper cables much more than we were in my original test. So that is great, actually, and that's the main thing that's holding up the production process. As you can see, we are not actually getting our electronic circuits, and I believe that is right here, and it's because we are not getting the copper cables. Refined iron really is not a problem. When we do have power, we're going to have to add those solar panels upstairs for us to get power in the meantime, but as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this guy off, and uh-oh, we lost our extractor modules, but that is no big deal, or not extractor modules, but the overclocker upgrades that I did steal from over there. Not exactly sure if I told you guys I stole those from over there, but I did steal those from over there, so that's where they came from. But anyways, these should actually at all times really have rubber in them, so we shouldn't really have any issues with them needing a lever. So that's really no big deal. As you can see, I also grabbed some redstone, and I also grabbed the cables that for some reason I always end up grabbing on accident. And I'm sure you guys know what I mean, because I'll just like randomly grab them, and then for some reason I never actually put them back where they're supposed to go. So now we actually have a ton of copper cables. As you can see, we have 6 apparently, and I believe I grabbed a stack of them as well from somewhere. We also have our rubber, so we can go ahead and speed that up as well. I believe rubber goes in this chest, which indeed it does. And yes, I did grab the redstone, and we actually have some resin. I'll just have to deal with that later. But anyways, no, I'm not going to throw it away. Let's just go on upstairs, and I'm going to go back to the end, and we should have no issue. I'm not actually going to start the timer yet until we get back to the end, but I will see you guys in a sec once we are back in the end. So, yep, see you later. Alright, so we are back in the end, and I'm really hoping I've taught the, what's it called? The transmutation table how to... Whoa, we don't want to use that book. Oh, God, we about threw that overboard. Alright, what we don't, or what I actually would like to see is if we actually have taught our thing how to make our repeaters, which I didn't actually need those for. I believe repeaters are... Oh, there's a repeater. Okay. So, holy crap, repeaters are expensive. Let's get rid of some of these pistons. I'm going to need sticky pistons. Do we have those? I'm assuming we have those somewhere. I don't exactly know, but we're going to need probably about 19 repeaters. I'm not exactly sure on that, but I'm going to go ahead and grab, say, 20 repeaters, and we will have 24 now, so that's pretty good. Now, the redstone should be very limited to the amount we use for the first layer. Now, we're definitely going to need a ton more of this stuff, but obviously, I'm not going to do all of that on screen because that would be kind of ridiculous for me doing all the layers that we're going to end up doing. Obviously on screen, because I definitely would not want to do that, but I would like to grab some sticky pistons instead of the kind of pistons that I currently have. For obvious reasons, the sticky pistons will actually draw back the item that I place, which is actually kind of what we wanted to do. So let's go ahead and grab this guy out and maybe burn a piston, and then add in just a little bit of EMC, and as you can see, we have the sticky piston now. So let's go ahead and target that and grab probably about a stack, almost a stack out, And I suppose we can grab the same thing with it again, but we don't have enough EMC. So I'm just going to go back, and we are going to begin our design. As you can see, Endermen are actually spawning rather nicely, and I really don't want to fall off of that. So yeah, I have actually fallen off that before, and I was lucky enough that I had enough EMC to get back up. As you can see, we are on the hard difficulty, and we are actually rather hungry. So let's go ahead and eat some apples, and I suppose I'll be back once I eat all these, so I will see you guys in a sec. Alright, that took about 2 seconds. I have no idea why I went to a break. But anyways, what we're going to use now is the pressure plates, and should I use these pressure plates? I really don't know. But you really do not want to place them on the corners. Oh crap, this guy's after me now. Get out of here. Alright, so we're just going to have to fly from now on since we have angrified them. But we can go ahead and shoot them off, which didn't actually work before, so I don't know why it's working now. But anyways, this is how you do it. Just place the pressure plates all along this, and obviously you can't place them on the side, so that is really no big deal. I really, to be honest, forgot the difference between the two types of pressure plates. So I'm assuming that we can use the wooden ones. I think the Enderman can still spawn here. I'm not exactly sure on that, so we might have to change them to stone, but we will get to see as soon as we begin testing this out. So you do want to go ahead and extend this out, probably 1 to 2 more. So once I get an outer ring around past the pressure plates, I will be right back, so I will see you guys in a sec. Alright, so I just went ahead and grabbed about 3 stacks of our stone. As you can see, I did use some of our Klein Star juice to do that, but no big deal. As you can see, this is actually working out rather nicely, and we can actually see if this activates the pressure plate. So that is a great thing to do right now, and as you can see, if they step on it, the pressure plate is activated. Now you're going, whoa, you're going to connect all of these, and all of the pistons are going to activate at the same time. Well, that is actually what the redstone repeaters are for, because if you place a redstone repeater, let's just go ahead and get rid of all these guys. Adios. If you place, this thing is actually awesome because I never thought I'd be able to use it for this. That's really cool. But anyways, enough of that. What the redstone repeater does is it functions where if an input comes in from the side, it doesn't actually receive that input. So let me go ahead and display that myself. As you can see, this is actually on. And you know what? Let's place that there, and I believe that should work. I'm not exactly sure how the crap that actually works. But anyways, that is going to work, I'm pretty sure, I think. So let's go ahead and place that there. And yes, as you can see, we have to do like a chunk update thing, I suppose. Maybe I wasn't hitting it hard enough. But as you can see, that one is actually off as this one is on. So we're actually just going to change back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. As you can see, this is the design. You're going to go redstone, then redstone repeater, then redstone repeater, and so on. And it doesn't exactly matter how you are doing it. If you start with the redstone repeater, go ahead and do redstone. And then if you start with redstone, go ahead and do a redstone repeater. But as you can see, you don't want to place it like that for obvious reasons because it will connect, and that is definitely what we do not want. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, this actually did work out where we have, I believe, an odd number. Maybe it's even. I have no idea. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go do that on the other side, and I will see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, so as you can see, now I have that done. Now you're going, whoa, how are you going to get the energy up to the piston? Well, that is very simple. I actually am not a redstone guru, but I believe this is how it works. You're going to place a block right here, and this redstone will actually power this block. So this entire block is actually powered, and the same goes for the repeater. So what you're going to want to do is upon your second platform, you don't exactly need this, but I went ahead and put it there for the aesthetics appeal. So that's basically all that's there for. You don't exactly need it, but I put it there just because I like it being there. So as you can see now, let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, that actually activates that piston every time I land on it. And if you step on this one, it doesn't actually activate that one, but it activates this one. Now you're going, whoa, it's not actually pushing the Enderman off. Well, what you're going to want is going to add a block of your choice. Now make sure it's not a falling block, obviously. Actually, it might not even fall. You could maybe use a falling block. I might have to test that out later, but currently I do not want to do that. So basically, I'm just going to add an entire row above the redstone repeaters as well as the redstone, and then what we're going to do is do the pistons. But as you can see, that's not actually the smartest way to do it. I'm going to do pistons first because I can't get them facing me without a screwdriver this way. So I'll be back once I get all the pistons facing like that, and I'm going to do it the same thing to the other side. So I will see you guys in a sec. Alright, so this is basically what your first layer should look like, and it's basically just the pistons that are touching the block that the actual redstone is being received on. And then from there, this redstone powers this block, and then this piston is now powered. So let's go ahead and stand on this. As you can see, it would push me off if I did not have the ability of standing on there, I suppose. I don't exactly know what you'd like to call that. But anyways, let's go ahead and deactivate the ring. Let's see. We're going to have to do it like this, and boom, I got pushed off, and then the vines would actually drop me until we hit the buttons, and then from there we get dropped. So that is a 43 block fall that I just took, but because I do have Swiftwood's Rendingale, no big deal. And yes, I actually have the 7 League Boots, which is also saving me, so that's awesome. I believe if we go down here, we could actually begin to see the Endermen start falling if I do not fall into a dark abyss, which would be pretty bad if I did that. So let's go ahead and wait here for a second, and as you can see, Endermen have actually began to fall. Now, it's definitely pretty slow at the moment, but definitely we just got an Ender Pearl, so that's awesome. Now you're going, hey, another problem. The Enderman cannot land on this pad. Well, it is actually a pretty not so rare possibility that the Enderman could possibly fall, say, here or wander off of here. Or actually, they can't wander off of here. But if I did actually set it to XP farming mode, they could fall off of here and be killed by just falling off pretty much instead of falling onto this. So to solve that, what you basically want to do is go ahead and do a ring. Let's see, we're going to have to do it 3 up, so let's go ahead and do it right here, and that is 3 high, which is how big the Endermen are, and we're just basically going to want to do a ring around the entire thing. So let me go ahead and show how that is done, and I'll be right back once I actually get this done. We're going to want to do it, say, to here, and then come on around and wrap it. And let's see, that should be just fine. And once I finish this ring, I will be right back. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so as you can see, I did about 1, 2, 3, and 4 rings. I actually ran out of material for the 4th ring, so I'm going to have to go transmute some. But as you can see, let's see how many Ender Pearls do I have now. I think there's some over here. And we also have the problem of them falling off to the side. We'll fix that later. But as you can see, every 3 blocks... Therefore, or actually not therefore, but every 3 blocks I did 1, 2, 3, and then I did this. Now, the reason I did that is basically so the Enderman can't do what he just did, and the reason he did that's because I was standing here and he wanted to direct himself here. I have no idea why he did that, but anyways, once I get this all the way up to there, we should be just fine in doing this, and no Enderman should land here. And as you can see, this Enderman decided to... I don't know, he glitched or something. But anyways, I've been literally standing here for not very long, and I don't actually think they will actually spawn when you are flying. They may or may not, but I would like to check and see how many we have. So as you can see, we actually have 2 stacks of Ender Pearls, basically from just working on it, and that is actually pretty awesome. I know it is a little bit cheap, it's an Ender farm, but, I mean, it is actually a vanilla spawn mechanic that we are taking advantage of, and Frodo used a buildcraft, industrial craft, maceration thing. I don't even know. But anyways, now we actually have an alchemical chest, or enough for an alchemical chest anyway. But what we were really looking for is the energy condenser so we can use transposers and stuff. So what I would like to do is actually fill up our Klein Star, and then from here, what I would like to do is grab a bunch of this stone, that way we can continue working, as well as a ton of these pistons, because I'm going to be needing that to do a ton more layers. I'm basically going to go all the way up to layer 128, and you don't actually want to go past layer 128, and I will tell you the reason for that. If you go past 128, I actually want to put some of these pistons back so that I actually have enough room to fly. Probably about 8,000 EMC will definitely be enough. We won't run out. But if you go past level 128, basically what happens is a spawn algorithm, which is basically just math. We're actually having another issue now. We'll be able to fix this issue later. I'll go ahead and show you guys this layer as well, just so I can show you guys how to solve this issue. And this guy is angry and does not want to fly away. But anyways, how you're going to solve this issue is go ahead and count up 3 blocks. So we're getting pushed here, and we are only 2 blocks tall, I believe. So basically what you want to do is take a block and go up to about here. So basically right here is where the Endermen would begin to hit their head. So if I come out one more from right here, as you can see, this is a 1, or basically count this air as 1, 2, and 3. So that is where the Endermen will actually begin to spawn. So here is where you begin the thing all over again. So take your pressure plates and go boom, and then take some redstone and go boom like so. So I'm going to do one more layer just like this one, and this will actually solve the Enderman spawning on top of this. All we have to do is put some half slabs on here, I believe, and we should definitely be able to solve that. But the other cool thing is, since we are doing this right here, the blocks will actually stop the Enderman from being able to spawn here. So the very top layer is basically the only layer that Enderman will be able to spawn on top of, and I'll show you guys how to fix that later. So I'll be back once I get probably about 3 layers done, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, I did actually make a mistake, and that mistake was actually making the rings, or the gap, more or less, between the rings is actually supposed to be 2 blocks high, and what I mean by that is, let's go ahead and go down here. An Enderman could actually spawn here because it is 3 blocks high, but an Enderman can also walk out. So basically what I want to do is make it where Enderman cannot walk out, so let's go ahead and add some more down here. And the bottom layer is basically just going to look like this. It's going to be a double layer, but the top layers are actually going to be shifted down one, where the Enderman cannot spawn, because as you can see, we are actually having a problem where Endermen are spawning here, and Endermen are actually very hard to deal with while you're in hard mode because they just seem to not give up. So basically what I'd like to do is make it where they cannot wander off of this platform because they are 3 blocks tall, and they cannot actually wander underneath this platform if it is only 2 blocks high. So that is the great thing about this, and the next thing we are going to have to fix is make this move down one. So basically, instead of going every 3 blocks, we are going to want to go 1, 2, or actually it really is every 3 blocks instead of every, say, 4 blocks like that was. What you're going to do is go up 1, 2, and then make a bunch of blocks. So that's basically how you're going to do this, and that will not allow the Enderman to spawn there as he just did. So that's basically how you fix that problem, and as you can see, he can no longer actually get out. So I can stand here all I'd like, and he cannot get me no matter what, unless I'm an idiot like that, and then he is able to get me. And the sad thing about this ring is that you can't actually hit them with it while they're angry. I suppose they changed their entity ID or something that is crazy that will not allow me to grab them. But the other thing is I actually need to go grab some more repeaters as well as some more redstone, just so I would let you know that, because I'm sure you guys wanted to know that I was going to grab more materials instead of cheating. So that is awesome. But I'm going to go ahead and finish a bunch of those layers. As you can see, I haven't actually done much, and they are spawning all over the place because I have not finished yet, but that's cool. I will be back, so once I get done with about 2 more layers, I will see you guys in a sec. So yeah, I will see you guys in a sec. Alrighty guys, we are back, and we actually had a few issues, but as you can see, I have actually filled up 2 client stars with EMC, which is awesome. I didn't actually plan to start getting stuff that early, and as you can see, I actually switched it over to not EMC, but XP farming mode for just a little bit, and I think it's still on XP farming. As you can see, I just basically added 1 block just to test it out, and this was the result. I've been actually roaming around for a little bit in the world, and so basically this is what you will get if you actually use it in XP farming mode. You'll be able to get XP just as you would in any farm, and it is a one-shot kill, which is pretty cool, and you actually get the loot from it, which is actually really cool, because each ender pearl is actually, I believe, 1,396 EMC. I could be off. 1,024. I should have known that because of diamonds. But anyways, that is how much it is, and that is really cool because that basically allows you, if I say take some obsidian pipes, well, they're a new pipe. And actually, I did make a world anchor. I believe it was 4 gold and 2 diamonds with 3 pieces of obsidian. I think that's what it was. Anyways, it's not expensive if you're actually using it for something like this. And I know it's not going to chunk load the world, but I figured since maybe if I'm sitting over there, I would like these chunks to be still loaded and the Endermen to still be falling. And obviously, your farm's not going to start off like this. I have actually added a few layers, maybe 4. I'll have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I was working on the 5th one. And the problem I'm actually having now is that in between levels, I actually have all of these Endermen spawning all over the place. And as you can see, I did actually come up, or I didn't come up with it, but I did know a way that I was able to stop the Enderman from spawning, and basically that's just half slabs. Now right there, an Enderman cannot spawn, but here an Enderman can. As you can see, they are just basically spawning wherever they'd like to. So that's really great. So if you'd like to top off your thing at level 124, level 128, whatever it is, that is basically the best way to do it, because Enderman cannot spawn on top of half slabs. Now that Enderman actually was pushed over, I believe, from somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where the heck he came from. Or he could just be a rebel and decided to spawn on the half slab, but that is very unlikely. But as you can see, I do actually have 4 layers of this working currently, and I can actually go all the way up to 128. So say every, 4 layers up to 128, and say we're at, say, 60. How many layers is that? That's, I don't know, that's a lot of layers. 10, maybe? I don't know. No, that's more than 10. I don't know. That's going to be a lot, but I'm going to have to fly away because that is going to be bad. But the other thing that I would really like to show you is a way that we're actually going to collect these things. Now you're going, collect. Can't you just run by and collect them? Well, yeah, I can, but I would like to figure out a new way maybe to do it because I haven't actually seen this put into use, if you know what I mean, because, well, I've just never really seen anyone do this in a Technic world, and I've never really seen them actually set it up for the reason I'm setting it up, which is to legitimately gain EMC. So I'm sure some people have done this before, and by any means, this setup is not created by me. Oh, also, I would not walk under the Enderman as they fall, because I was actually killed by one, and I lost, I believe I lost some things. Don't exactly remember what I lost, but that is not very good. And the other thing I did notice was I actually have some obsidian here, which I actually think I had 11, maybe. I don't know. I might have transmuted some. I have no idea. But anyways, I did have the 8 in our bag, and I did have 3 more from somewhere. Oh, it was actually from this. I had some in here. I also had some redstone in here, as well as 3 pieces of gold, I think. Anyways, let's go ahead and make some obsidian pipes. Now, what I was going to do is actually grab some glass real quick. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and probably not fall off of this because I don't have my ring on. And all we have to do is run upstairs really quick. Or not actually upstairs, but probably about 50 levels up. Oh, actually exactly 50. And all we're going to have to do is grab some glass, which is no big deal. And I do not believe I've actually displayed the obsidian pipes on this yet. So that's going to be really cool. And as you can see, we're actually overflowing with the EMC, so that's not good. Let's set it to that, and we should be able to pull out glass. Now, we definitely don't want 4,000 because that would be an idiot move. That would be a move that Frodo and I would make because we always do that on our Let's Play, obviously, because I believe him and I both have had an entire chest full of glass from time to time. So as you can see, these are actually obsidian transport pipes. Now you're going, what does an obsidian pipe do? Does it make the pipes not break? Well, no, it doesn't make the pipes not break, but these will actually suck in items. Now, if they are powered by, I believe, Buildcraft engines, they will actually suck in better, but I'm going to have enough pipes that it shouldn't really matter, and the radius should, the increased radius would really have no extra effect, but I might end up doing it later once I get enough stuff to do it. So here is what we are going to need now as well. What I'm going to need is actually going to be some stone pipes. So obviously we have our stone, so that's no big deal. And now what we actually need is some of the awesome energy condensers. And we actually only need one, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and throw these in there, and we should end up almost where we need to be. So let's go ahead and toss this guy in there, and now we have our energy condensers. So that is awesome. And we still have 44,000 EMC in our client star. I really need to make a larger client star, and hopefully I can keep up with it. I really would like to stop losing client stars because it is a pain in the butt. Holy crap, what is going on? Alright, so as you can tell, let's see, I am actually on hard mode, and obviously this thing is working rather well. I'm actually pretty proud of this thing. That is actually amazing that we already have, what is that, 32 plus 7? We have 39 ender pearls just from going to make that, and I'm sure some of those were actually lapped over from what we had before. Anyways, they are spawning like crazy, and I can assure you that yours should work just like this if you followed what I did. And you can actually go look up Doc M's tutorial. I believe Panda was the first one to do this, but I believe I did follow the tutorial by Doc M. And yeah, so this is by any means not mine, so that is just going to be gotten out of the way, which is awesome. So you guys don't yell at me, because I know this was actually used in Direwolf 20's world, or not world, but the Pahicraft server. If you guys don't know about that, it is awesome. Anyways, now we are actually going to be setting up these obsidian transport pipes, and you're going, how, what, I don't know. Well, basically what these do is you set them, and you can't actually set them side by side, you can set them side by side, but they will not actually connect to each other, which is no big deal. That's what we actually got our stone pipes for. I'm going to have to fly and maybe find some apples because I am rather injured. I suppose we are probably going to die sometime soon because the Endermen are going to come and eat us. So I'm going to have to go find some apples or a food source really quick, and I will see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, guys. As you can see, we probably have about 2 minutes left in this episode, but I would like to actually throw something in there before I end the episode. As you can see, I did actually go ahead and get some cooked pork chops. I did transmute them, so that's why I have 61 of them. I did eat 3. But as you can see here, let's go ahead and keep walking up to here, and I actually had to put a normal extractor here. Now, the reason I had to do that was an extractor is actually going to take an item that is called the electrolyzer, and I don't actually want to use the electrolyzer right now because we are still working on this machine, and we really don't need it because we already have so many copper cables. I believe they're all in here, along with everything else that is a mess. Normally, everything that isn't actually used actually goes into this chest, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm completely alright with that because it will actually get used on later. Also, I'd like to throw in there that I do have 2 full client stars, or almost full. I've been flying around. And let's see, I think I got the energy condenser on screen, I'm pretty sure, and I think everything else is working. So let's go ahead and go back to the end, but first I'm going to have to tell you guys how we're actually going to be picking up the ender pearls. We're not going to be using the obsidian transport pipes. Now, I know they do work, but the problem I was having with them was they will not pick up in a certain radius. Like, the item literally has to be thrown into it for it to be picked up. So right there, no. It has to be thrown about right here, and then it will actually pick it up. And I have no idea. That's actually inside of the pipe, but not in the pipe. I have no idea. So what we are actually going to do is use a transposer. Now, I could have actually used redstone engines to speed up the obsidian pipe, which would have been awesome, but I really would like to just use some red power transposers, because I know for a fact those guys work, and the engines would have actually costed just as much as the piston. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, how many, 38 of those guys, and I'm actually going to add it into our awesome machine downstairs. It's been a while since I've added anything to that, but I'm going to go ahead and add that, and then I'll come back, and I'll probably end the episode after showing you guys what a transposer does. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so as you can see, let's go ahead and click on this, and you can see I actually just added the transposer recipe, and the transposer recipe is actually pretty simple. I really like this recipe, to be honest. It's a 5 cobblestone, 2 wooden planks, 1 piston, and just some redstone, so really no big deal. How many EMC is that? That's about 420 EMC, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and request 38 of these, or 28, I don't even know. I'm going to just request a bunch of them, and I hope I get enough. So that is a filter, so we don't want to get that. Let's go ahead and grab the transposer. I'm actually surprised I have the filter in there. That's sweet. So we're actually missing a ton of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and go grab that real quick from our solar panel making machine, and then I will be back in the end with 38 of them. So I will see you guys in a sec. Alright, so after waiting about, I don't know, 5 minutes to get all of those, it really took forever. It did the pistons last. I don't exactly know why. But anyways, I got all my transposers, and so we're actually going to go to the end. And as you can see, I actually already have a timer in my inventory somewhere. There it is. I already had a timer in this bag. You can go back and check in the earlier episodes, and you can see that I actually had one in there. So yeah, I'm going to be using that for the setup. So I will see you guys in a sec when we get to the end. Alrighty guys, so I do know that we are limited on time, but I would like to go ahead and show off the transposer really quick. Now this is how I actually plan on doing this. I've never seen anyone do it like this, but I'm assuming that it will work. I'm going to place the transposers here, and then pistons will be able to raise them, or actually, I don't exactly know if they will be able to raise them. I'll have to figure that out later, but anyways, this is how they're going to go. I might actually just put them out on the sides like I had planned on doing the obsidian pipes, but anyways, I had to grab some red alloy wire as well. I'm actually going to wire this underneath this later, in case, just to make it look good. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab our timer out, and then let's go ahead and, I believe we need to place it like this. And then, as you can see, it will actually begin to suck things up. But we are going to need some pneumatic tubes, obviously. And let's see, let's say I want to place our output chest right there. Let's go ahead and go underneath and grab out something in the lines of a pneumatic tube. So now we have our pneumatic tubes, and I believe we have a transposer right here. Let's see. Nope, it is one over. So there we go. We can actually place, say, a transposer right there if we'd like. Enderman just fell to his death. That's alright, but as you can see, it's actually shooting out the items, and that is not going to be good for us. But if we place our tubes down, let's go ahead and see if we can get one placed right there, which we can't. Why can't we? Let's see. Let's go ahead and go down here, and let's see. There we go. Why can we not place down? Oh, that's not going to be good. We can't actually do that, so we're going to have to do it the other way. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and I'll explain that next episode. So, if you guys enjoy what I do, please do hit the subscribe button, as well as the like button on this video if you liked it. And if you do have any comments or anything where you would like to help me out, tell me things that I could do to be better, please do go ahead and feel free to either PM me or go ahead and leave a comment for everyone to see. I don't really care. It's alright. So, anyways, also, I'd like to do a small little collaboration with Frodo, a short little video of what we've done with the solar panels in 3ds Max. Of course, I'd be doing the animation and stuff, but I'd like to use his voice. So if that's alright with him, go ahead and message me, please, Frodo. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So this has been PG Mining 10, and I'll see you next time. Peace.